Darlings, hello, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about being quarantined with your children or with your teenagers. For those who don't know me, I'm Anna Nikita. I have 6 kids and I'm quarantined right now with 3 younger ones, 13-year-old girl, 15 and 19-year-old boys. And I've always worked at home and I've never had a nanny, though I had some housekeeping help. But still, I have to admit that every Sunday I was really ready for them to go back to routine, back to school. Monday was my holiday. And now Monday for us is far away. So we have to deal with the situation. And I would like for all of you, for each one of you, to remember this crazy event with fondness and with reconnection or connection with your family, with best times of your family life. And we can do it if we follow some system. I know some of us can go crazy, but if we take an idea of a successful company or a small country, we can figure out the system, how to have this time and make it most fulfilling and most fun for our family. That, like I said, this amazing, crazy event in the history that we will remember it as a great family time. So running your family as a successful company, we need a leader. So identifying a leader in your family is essential. And if there are 2 leaders, 2 commander-in-chief, however you want to identify that person, it could be mother and a father or mother and grandmother, then the leaders have to decide who's going to lead one day or one week. They have to come up with a schedule where they never divided and conquered, because kids can do that to you. They're great at dividing and conquering. So leaders have to get together and figure out who is the leader today, who makes decisions. And if there is some situation that is difficult to solve, leader has to make a final decision. That is somebody who turns off the light at the end of the day, is a bad cop. Leaders can never fight. They always have to be on the same page. My husband and I now wake up an hour early. We sit down and have coffee and discuss the situation, what's going to be happening today, and who is going to be a bad cop today, especially now that there's so many decisions we have to make and we cannot be swayed. So choosing a leader is number 1. I have a few friends who work for wonderful companies such as Apple, Google, Bridgewater, Equinox, and everybody has some kind of decision. This is not the time to make a genius out of your child and put him in front of a computer to study for 12 hours a day. This is not the time to put your kids to work to remodel the house. This is the time where you have to have a system where time is productive, where everybody is on the same page, everybody is well informed, and it's a long haul, kids. We have to be sane. Everybody, not just you, but also the kids. You don't want your kids come out of it hating you. So what successful companies have in mind? Balance. So work, discipline, and information, then reward, positive reinforcement, entertainment, healthy mind, healthy body. So let's start with work, discipline, information. So besides regular work that you have to do and school work that your kids have to do, everybody must have chores. Even if you have little kids, everybody has to understand that this is extraordinary times and everybody has to contribute. Even if you have young kids, have them help you fold laundry, maybe match socks, maybe deliver laundry to the room, wipe the doorknobs. You can always find something even for a toddler to do, but kids are great sensing that something is out of norm, and to keep everybody involved and everybody busy is important. Discipline also is the essential part of running a country, a company, especially in military times. And I think we should compare this time to a military situation where everybody has to follow rules. So it's not a pajama party. Everybody has to get up at a certain time, do their work, maintain hygiene, maintain certain schedule, whatever that might be, and they have to report to the leader. If leader is unhappy about something, there has to be some kind of a meeting. Information. Everybody needs to be informed, including your kids. Even if they're little kids, they have to be informed in the course of the family, in the course of the country right now, and in the course of this virus. So sitting down with them either at the dinner time or just having a little 5-minute meeting and saying, we have to bring you up to speed. This is what's going on. So respect within the company is very important. You have to keep everybody informed. And how would you like that if you come to work and you don't know what's going on? And I'm sure it happens now to a lot of people, but keep in consideration that kids, if they're part of your company, they also need to be informed in what's going on with the world and how long it's going to take, when are they going to go back to school. They all need to know. So work, discipline, information. So rewards are essential part of participation. People need to know that they will be rewarded for their hard work. It could be just a few kind words in front of everybody saying, great job, staying on a task. Kids have chores of, let's say, cleaning the kitchen, taking the trash out, vacuuming, things like that. And it's very important that they also rotate, by the way, and also encouraging them to say kind words to each other. So this is, if you have more than one kid, it's very important that kids connect with each other, that they have time, that they do some chores together or spend some time together. But I'll get to that a little later. But rewards every day are extremely important. Think of it as GIs that always get some kind of reward all at the same time and all the same things. So for me now, I have a box of different chocolates and everybody can choose one if you're not a sweet tooth, but somebody likes goldfish. So maybe you have a variety of 3 snacks that are distributed at the same time and to everyone. Unless, of course, leader decides that you are punished. And that should be a severe punish because not being rewarded with the snack, I think, is at this time is a pretty big step. And I'll explain. Because normally you would say, okay, I'm going to take your electronics away, I'm going to take your snack away. It's not a big deal in a normal day. These days that are 2 important things to us are our electronics, because that's how we stay connected with our friends and with our families, and we have our games and so on. So this is kind of your gate to the world. And snacks, it's something that is comforting. So I think that has to be severe punishment for something that is really, really bad, you know. So entertainment is extremely important at the time of uncertainty, at the times of war. And I think now we're qualified for extraordinary times. So we have to really think about how we entertain ourselves, quality entertainment. And of course, we are lucky to have right now internet and telephone and television and all kinds of programs. But also, there has to be a mandatory participation in daily or nightly games. And I know you would say, I am too old to play apples to apples. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how silly the game is. It has to be something that's done within your family, with your group, and it has to be mandatory. Leader has to absolutely enforce that you have to participate. So participation is important. Here's the list of my games, which is, by the way, you can vote which game you play that night. But some of the examples are Jenga, poker, ping pong, and different card games. So this is something that we can all do. And trust me, first 5 minutes somebody complains, but then everybody is having a good time and people forget that it was a childish game. People love this whole idea of playing games, and this is something that everybody's going to remember with fondness. Healthy mind healthy body. This is something that every country, every company, every successful company understands, that everybody needs a break for a walk, everybody needs some physical exercise. I recommend 45 minutes for each member of the family, some kind of a physical activity, but not a chore. It has to be conscious physical exercise. And now with Zoom groups, you can do dancing, you can do yoga, you can actually discover something new and fun. Like I said, being quarantined these days, it's not like it's in old days. It's actually affordable and it's fun. So let's take some positive things out of this. So healthy mind, healthy body. Another thing that is absolutely essential for your healthy mind is me time. It's the time when you take a few minutes and shut the whole world out. And it includes you and your kids, even little kids. It's time without electronics and time without communication, where we can drain our brains. If you live in a small place, maybe build a little tent for your child. And you know, I've visited Google company. They have those tents in the middle of their company for adults. So shutting those doors down on the world is extremely important. I have this little DIY I want to share with you. This is what I've made. It's, you've guessed it, do not disturb sign. That's when I put this on the door, and I go to take a bath, I read a book, and it's very important to recharge that brain. Well, my darlings, I would like to wish you all the best, happiness and health, and I hope this time will go by quickly and we can all go back to our normal routines. But I would like this time, as I said, for you with your families to be the most memorable and wonderful of your life. Kissy, kissy, bye.
Quarantine. 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 When I grow up, I'm gonna fly the fastest planes ever built, make the biggest movies ever, and be the richest man in the world.